Hey everyone, Connor here today about another video on Bay TV. We're going through my player ratings for the 1-0 win against Aberystwyth on Friday night. Obviously, in theory, they should have came out yesterday because but it doesn't matter. It comes out on Tuesday usually, so we're gonna stick with that and get in the habit of me posting it, editing it, and getting it done really quickly. That's also yeah. That's how we're gonna do things nowadays. So yeah, if you want to see my match reaction, go check my other video out. Obviously my match reaction. So obviously we are doing the player ratings. I'm proud of the boys. I've got to admit I'm proud. I kind of did these ratings a bit quick, so there are a few. There are a lot of sevens, but that's a good thing. And I don't think one person was poor. Not even Udi. Udi was. We'll get on to Udi. We'll go player by player first. I just want to say something real quick. Well done to Joe Smith for getting in the team of the week for the JD Cumbria Leagues. He fully deserves it. And we're going to start off with Joe Smith. A bit in between his sticks. Joe Smith gets a 9 from me. I don't know, when was the last time I said a 9? Have I even said a 9? I don't know, but 2 9s are here today. Joe Smith gets a 9 from me. He was incredible between his sticks. He kept a clean sheet, which, has he ever kept a clean sheet? I'm going to have a look now. I don't know why I'm having a look now instead of being prepared for this. He did against Barry in the cup. In the league, I don't know. In the league, it was Pontypridd in the 19th of November, so quite a long time without having a clean sheet. But he did really well, I thought, and so Joe Smith gets a 9 from me. Next up is Dan Davis. Dan Davis, look, he came off. He only had one half. He came off injured, and hopefully he's okay. Dan Davis gets a 7 from me. Look, I think he had probably one of his better games in a Bay shirt, and he was really good. He was. Yeah, I didn't do much wrong really. So Dan Davis gets a 7 from me. I'm trying to go a bit quicker with these player ratings in these videos because they are hitting about 15 minutes long. We want to shorten the videos to less than 10 hopefully, which is good. So Dan Davis gets a 7 from me. He did really well, I thought. Sorry if I'm speaking too quickly, but yeah, he did really well. He cleared the ball really well. He was winning headers alongside the whole back line was winning headers as well. So Dan Davis 7. Next up is Sam Hart. Sam Hart gets an 8 from me. He's really solid at the back. He was winning the headers. He was immense at the back. He was doing what Sam Hart does. He was composed most of the time. There was a few times he lost the ball, but we were really good at the back overall, and Sam Hart, he's a winner. Same with Alex, and same with like Maka and players like that. Who are winners, who want to win every week and have that determination. So Sam Hart, he gets an 8 from me. Very good game by Sam. Next up is Harry Owen. It's a push here. I've probably, people can say I've gone a bit harsh here. I tried to push, but I was thinking really hard. Could I give him an 8? I give him Harry Owen a 7. You could argue an 8. I've gone for a 7 because I feel like Sam did have the better game out of the two of them. But Harry Owen, he's settling in really well. I feel like he was doing exactly what Sam Hart was doing, just on the right side. And he's a really good defender. You can see why he's on loan, why he played for Connors Key. Plays for Connors Key as well, because he's just out on loan at the moment. Hopefully we get one permanent. I would be glad if we did, because you can see the potential in him. You can see him being up there at Connors Key and playing week in week out for the Nomads. He's a really good defender. So Harry Owen 7 from me. Next up is Alex Downs. I've given Alex an 8. Reason I've given Alex an 8 is because I thought he would have been injured. I thought he was missing the game because of his hamstring. He started. I was then worried that he might pull it through the game. He didn't. He went through the whole 90, played incredible through the whole 90. Did what Alex does and was amazing. His driving ability, his dribbling ability, shall I say, his passing, his beating the players, his decision making, and his crossing ability was phenomenal. And at times when the ball was going out wide, he'd have good touches, and he'd make that decision whether to cross it in or to pass it into. I think Jay was there, working alongside him. So, and before when he was doing the warm up, he looked like he pulled his hamstring again because he was stretching it, and he went down, and I was like, no. I was really like, please be okay. And throughout the game, no sign of a knock or anything. He looked like he played without an injury, or So Alex Downs gets us 8 from me either way. Played really, really well. So yeah, Alex Downs 8. Next up is Tom McCready. We played with 2 centre mids, then a cam, like a 10, and then a striker and 2 wingers. So we're going to start off with Tom McCready. Tom McCready gets a 7 from me. It was not. I'll give you this. I was at Holywell versus Flint game on Saturday because the Bay obviously played on Friday, so I thought I'd go watch a match. Saw Tom McCready, saw Steph Eds, saw Matty Hill, all Bay current Bay players at the game, and then on the pitch you had the likes of Ryeds, you had Lewis Sinnell, you had Joe Williams, you had Sean Pearson, Julian Williams, those type of people who were there on the pitch, ex-Bay players, and then you had the likes of I think John Ashley was there, obviously me and my dad, and then you had Dillwyn there as well, so I might have missed a few, but it was loaded with Bay people surrounded with Colwyn Bay, so yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But Tom McCready gets a 7 from me because he's obviously he's our captain. He did really, really well, I thought, on the ball. His deliveries on the free kicks, crossing them in, he was really, really good. So Tom McCready gets a 7 from me. Mate, you could push for an 8, and I wouldn't say no to an 8. I want to try and give him the best rating possible, but I think he gets a 7 from me. Let me know what you think. Next up is Owen Cushion. Owen Cush. I've given it, right, I'm just going to give him his rating. Owen Cushion gets a 7 from me. I can't think, he turned players really well, I thought. I can't think of anything amazing he did to get like an 8 or 9, but I don't think I can't think of anything to put him less than a 6. So 7 I give for Owen Cushion because I thought I think we've seen him have great games in Colwyn Bay. The last 2 games I think it was. We've seen him have really, really good games, but then it wasn't. It's probably, how do I put it? He didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have a great game. It was a okay game. Obviously, I think the whole team played really well, and he did play really well. But I feel like we've seen better, and we want every player to be at their best. It's week in, week out. But Owen Cushion gets a 7 from me. Next up, we're going with Matty Hill. Matty Hill gets a 9. There's the 9. Matty Hill, he scored the goal that won us the game. He hit it really well. He's been on fine form recently. Matty Hill will hopefully continue his form into next week and the week after, and hopefully till the end of the season. That's what I'm hoping for. But he's probably our most reliable goal scorer at this moment in time. He links up with Jamie Cumming really well. He looked really well playing with Udi. If Udi moves, which he did against Aber, it means Matty will be able to play can move from that 10 behind Udi alongside Udi, and then they can play with each other. He'll link up with Jamie really well. Dan's starting to settle into the team. He's linked up with Udi really well this season. So Matty Hill's been on fine form. Matty Hill really, he hit it like a proper finisher would. Bottom corner, it took a deflection, but bottom corner. So Matty Hill gets a 9 from me. You should be really proud of yourself, Matty. Next up's Dan Atkins. Probably the best performance I've seen him have. So I give Dan Atkins a 7. Best performance I've seen him in a Bay shirt. Then again, he's only had, I think, his second game. But he's, I think we all expected him to start scoring straight away. Even I did. But, he's having to learn into this league. He's not been in this league before, and, it's a big step. So I think he did quite well against Aber, and that's a game. It's a game where he can try and settle in because it's a team that's around our level as well. So hopefully, he did all right in all fairness. So Dan Atkins 7 from me. Next up is Udi Akpan. Udi Akpan. I've given him a 3, and I've given him like 4s and 2s in the past. He gets a 7 from me. Udi Akpan 7 because he was pointing to where he wanted the ball. He was trying to make that space. He was a lot less static, and that's what I want. That's what I think a lot of Bay fans want. They don't want him just stood there trying to receive the ball. He's more like a second striker where he receives the ball and flicks it to another player. But if you want to score goals, you've got to be able to move, and he did exactly that. He didn't score, but he was creating the chances. He was trying to do cause chaos in the box. That type of play. When you're moving, you cause chaos, and hopefully score from it. The only improvement I could see from Udi now is to not lose the ball easily. So don't go down as easy. Be stronger because it's a very physical league. And if there's a pass open, don't hold on to the ball. Pass it straight away. Because there was a few times, I can picture one time where Udi's been given the ball. Dan Atkins is open in space. No one's near him. Udi holds the ball, and then there's a player behind him, and then there's a player that's gone into that space where Dan Atkins was, and the pass is broken down, and then we lose the ball, or we have to go back instead of going forward. So that's the only thing I could say really to develop Udi. But it was a good game by Udi, so Udi Akpan gets a 7 from me. Next up is Jamie Cumming. Jamie Cumming gets a 7 from me as well. Look, he did really well. I don't know if he should have scored. I still don't know whether it hit the post or it hit Dan Atkins. When he just curled it in, just ever so slight more curl, and it would have gone in the back of the net or hit the post and in. So hit the wrong side of the post, I think. So Jamie Cumming gets 7 from me. Did really well, especially being playing out position. He's left winger type player, or I don't even know where he plays because obviously last season he was injured a few times, so he's in and out of the squad. So I don't actually know where he usually plays. But he's been playing at left wing back, and he's also played right wing against Aberystwyth. So he did really well to be playing that position. We go on to our subs. We had 4 substitutions. Tommy Creamer's up first. We're just going to do this in random order. Tommy Creamer gets a 7 from me. The ball was stuck to his feet. He was really good. No one could get near him. He was really good on the ball, and that's it's Tommy Creamer for you. Not much I can say because obviously subs, they come on just to kind of sometimes finish the match, or to just make sure we don't concede and fresh legs really. So Tommy Creamer gets a 7 from me because he did really, really well, I thought. Next up is Lloyd Marshoes, or shall I say Lionel Marshoes, because the ball was stuck to his feet at one point. Lloyd Marshoes gets a 7 from me. He did really, really well, I thought. If he got on a goal, he probably would get an 8 or 9 for me because he was really, really good. He's that type of player that does move, who tries to create chances, who's got the pace, and who is a finisher. So that gets a 7 from me, and I thought he did well when he came on, and maybe it's a person we can bring on if we need to score a goal. Who knows? Next up is Steph Eds. Steph Eds gets a 7 from me. He came on, obviously, for Dan Davis. I think it was at half time. He did really well. I'm happy to play him there if Dan's injured. He's 30. To put it this way, he's 34 and he's still doing it really well at this level. So he's good, really, really good. And if we want to play Steph at left back and Sam at centre half, I'm happy with that. Play Alex, as long as we play Alex on that right hand side, I'm perfectly fine. We also get my predicted 11 coming out on Thursday, so you'll see what I've gone for against Cardiff Met. Hopefully we get the win there. And last but not least, last player. I keep doing this every time. I forget Evo. But we go to Adam Mitter next. Adam Mitter was literally brought on pretty much just to make sure we didn't concede the set piece, I'm pretty sure. Adam Mitter gets a 6 from me. It's the first time I've seen him play, and he didn't really do anything because he just came on just to make sure we kept a clean sheet and didn't concede. So Aberystwyth gets a 6 from me. Hopefully we see a bit more of him in the future. And yeah, now as last but not least is Steve Evo. Well, this one, I have everything written down except Steve Evans. So this is the one I'm gonna come up with on top of my head. Steve Evans, or Steve Evo, should I say, or just Evo. Steve Evo gets a what should I go for now? Steve Evo gets a 9. Yeah, we'll go with a 9. Steve Evo gets a 9 from me because he started the team really well. He made the right decision to bring Steph on and to rest Dan because of the injury. I think it was questionable not to play Kai or Tommy or and then to play Alex when Alex had just picked up that knock. And Tommy, or Kai has been they both put an impact when they made an impact when they came on against Penn and Bont, so it was a bit surprising to see that. But you can't argue with it. We won the game, and hopefully we beat Cardiff Met on Saturday, which I'm going to. So much highlights for that. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye.